Hola, and welcome to this week's LBV. I'm your host, Christina Ochoa.
And I'm Alana, Sarabia.
The weather is getting a little chillier these days.
I know, I'm really excited because I get to bring my Ugg boots out.
I know, I'm super excited too. I finally get to pack on my coat and get rid of the shorts and everything. And it's really affecting students here on campus. A lot of kids are getting sick, and it's not helping people who live in dorms and people who are on campus trying to, make their way. I think the Student Health Center is a great place to go and get tested.
Well, let me tell you, I have a story of my own. About a week ago, I went into the health center because I completely lost my voice from just my head felt like a balloon. My head was stuffed, and I'm not going to get into details. It's pretty gross. But I went in. I was pretty sure I had like the flu or something, and the doctors looked at me and they said, "Oh, Alana, you just have a common cold. It's been going around." And I was like, "Okay." They gave me antibiotics because before I left, they said, "Well, you might have pneumonia, so here's some antibiotics." And I was like, "Lady, you don't get around like that." Yeah. But no, I think it's affecting everybody, and I don't even live on campus. I'm living in an apartment, and it's still
I live in an apartment, and I haven't really gotten sick, but my roommate, she gets sick all the time, and she's always sick with the cold, and it's just everything that's going around. Allergies are a big effect, and I know there's a lot of cheap medicine out there that students can get affordable.
Well, that's what I try to do on my own. I figure, okay, if I had a runny nose or symptoms of a cold, drink a lot of tea, a lot of hot things, and I bought a lot of over-the-counter medicine like Mucinex,
I'm a big
Benadryl.
I'm a NyQuil girl. I think NyQuil works wonders. I always, use it, so I love it.
I like to use NyQuil whenever I can't sleep at night. Probably shouldn't do that, but no, I try to just take care of myself. With over-the-counter medicines and drinking tea. It didn't help me at all until I went to the health center. And I know this can be a really big issue, especially for students on campus because everybody's so close together. Campus or dorms that share, they used one bathroom. What is that called?
Yes, I was in a community bathroom,
okay,
and it was we used the same soap and the same toilets. It's just the same faucets. It's not sanitary, even though they really do clean it. I have to vouch. I lived at Sterry last year, and they really clean it really well. But I think anybody who lives on campus and lives in those close proximity places can get sick all the time. It's not really that good to be living on campus.
And weren't you telling me that you lived in a dorm that didn't have a heater?
Now this is a big problem at Texas State. They don't turn on their heating systems until after, I want to say, Christmas. So for a long time I was in the dorms, and we still had the air condition on. It was horrible. It was just not a good thing, and I was cold.
So was it cold all the time?
Yeah, it started getting cold. The weather started changing, I think, after Halloween. So by Thanksgiving, I still had air. I didn't have heater, and it was super, super cold in my dorm. It was just horrible. I don't know about any other dorms, but I do know that my dorm did not have heat at all.
Being a college student, I understand. I just recently had to get a job so I could, I want to help my parents out and just have some extra money. But I know many freshmen and sophomores, we're all college students and we all have a very low budget. Staying warm. I know a lot of times a lot of my girlfriends have to have their parents ship all of their jackets and coats to them in San Marcos, but some people don't have that kind of accessibility.
Well,
do you know if there's...
Yeah, here's a good thing. Colloquium bookstores are lowering their prices on their hoodies. I received an email a couple days ago that the hoodie prices went down from $50 to $25. So it's a really good price, and they're having a lot of jackets and hoodies on sale. And even Target has low prices. I know a friend of mine bought a jacket there for just $15, and it was a really pretty jacket. So a lot of department stores here at the outlets and places nearby are lowering their prices to make it more affordable.
I know, you would expect not to have to wear a jacket or a coat or scarf. Or, to me, I see it as accessorizing. I like putting my scarf on even though it's still 60 degrees outside. But being in South Texas, you wouldn't expect to have to wear so much.
Yeah,
but
I'm not used to that.
I have a friend that works at the bookstore, and she was just telling me that if you add the bookstore on Facebook, every now and then they'll have a sale from they'll say, come into the bookstore from 12 to 2, and it's like $10 hoodies.
Really?
That's a steal. I really like hoodies.
I love hoodies. I actually have not bought one since I've been here, so I need to go buy one.
You should check out that sale.
Yeah, I love the jackets and the scarves. I love accessorizing too, but it's just amazing how the temperature just drops up here. I'm not used to that. I'm really not used to that.
You're from South
Texas.
I'm from
really, really South Texas, and our low is maybe about 60. Yeah, I mean, it snowed one time in 100 years in my hometown, but that's the coldest it's gotten. I mean, we don't, especially everybody though, they break out their huge jackets when it's like 50, 59 degrees. It's not as cold as, I mean, yeah, last year.
Yeah, we get excited about anything that's cool. I mean, I know I do. I used to live in Dallas, and
it snows there all the time, doesn't it?
Oh, that's what I miss the most about Dallas, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's going on here, and the elections were a huge deal on campus, except Texas State is trying to get all their students to go out and vote.
Did you vote?
I did, but well, I'm really big in politics. My family is really huge in politics, but I voted because I got extra credit for my political science class.
Not because you wanted to.
No, I mean, of course, I try to keep in, especially since we're in the media. I try to at least read what's going on and stay up to date. But I voted. I went out. It was a very long line. I say it took me about 20 minutes to go vote.
See, I think that I know whenever I went to go vote, that can be, especially some students, we were always on a strict schedule. You have class at this time, you eat at this time, you kind of sleep sometimes, at this time, and so I think that can be discouraging to see those long lines in the voting polls.
I did not, when I got there to the polling place, I was not happy about wanting to be in that long line and just you had to wait until one of the
totally
voting
worth
booths.
it though. It's totally worth it.
So, I mean, it was really interesting, but I know Texas State was trying to get all their students to go out and vote, and a lot of people don't know what's going on in the city of San Marcos. A lot of people know what's going on with governor, and I mean, Rick Perry's been governor since all of us been children, so they kind of know what's going on, but a lot of people don't know who's running for city mayor and what other stuff. So we had a reporter, Lindsay Mateus, go out and interview a lot of people. So let's take a look.